Hey folks, it's Miles Seegers. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing? Now folks, I want to take a couple of seconds. I want to make sure that my controls are okay, my Google Hangout platform is working okay. I want to make sure I don't have a second Hangout in the background, which happens sometimes. But you know what folks? Guys, the last 2 or 3 weeks, things have been good. You know, I haven't had that other window start talking in the background. So once again, for those of you that are joining me a little bit late, my name is Miles Seegers, and I'm here for the BIM Transformation Team Hangout. Now, I'm going to be looking back and forth here. So I got my laptop over here, and I'm actually going to try that might not work. I'm going to try to check the comments from my laptop over here. But folks, I'm going to tell you something right now that I've told you probably, before you say anything, probably 4 or 5 times. You know, I've gotten on this Hangout on Monday, all pumped up. And guys, this is me. This is for real. This is not an act, okay? Those of you that know me, okay, I have not taken any acting classes, okay? I used to work in corporate America. I think that's part of an act itself, but I've said many times when I start these Hangouts that I'm going to keep it short. Well, tonight, folks, I'm looking at the time. You guys should know the deal by now. Whenever I'm kind of looking over this way, I'm looking at the time on my computer. I hope to be done by 8:15 tonight, make it about a 45-minute Hangout. And the reason why, folks, is because I just have a couple specific things to say, and I really don't think it will take that long. Who knows? We might go over, but I really don't think it will take that long. Now, those of you that were fortunate enough to be here live, instead of watching a recording, consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself lucky. And I'll tell you why. This Hangout's going to be a little different from some of my other Hangouts. And I know I've said that before, but trust me, guys, when I'm done this Hangout, you'll say to yourself, he was right. It was a little different. So here's what's going on, folks. I was ready at 7:30. In fact, I've gotten a lot better. I'm like ready to hit that button at 7:30 every single Monday. But I'm usually end up waiting for something or waiting for people or whatever, which I know that's my call. I really shouldn't have to do that. But anyway, I was checking my emails because I sent an email to you guys. Now, let me back up a second. Before I get started, I know there's people watching me right now. There's people on this Hangout that are not part of my team, that are not part of Empower Network. So I'm going to tell you right now, what I'm going to talk about for the next 5 minutes or so, I'm not referring to you. I'm not really talking to you. This is supposed to be a closed Hangout, really just for my team, but you know, unless I make the video private, there's really no way to close it. And then again, I'm the type of person where I really don't mind that other people, you know, hear what I have to say on certain things. So in this case, those of you that are not on my team, you're not part of the Empower Network, you are in for a treat. So now that I got that out of the way, I'm going to talk to you folks that are on my team. Now, all of you, unless there's something wrong with your email or your life is just so crazy busy or you don't have a phone or you don't have an iPhone, because see, the world I come from, unless you got the type of job where your boss is looking at you every single second, or you're working on an assembly line, or you're doing surgery. Maybe you're a doctor. Maybe you're an attorney. Maybe you're in court. You know, I have team members from all types of professions. And folks, you know, I know you guys pretty well, but I don't know everything you guys do. I mean, I know some of you guys. I know what you do for a living. I know you're doing this business part-time. And I know there's some of you that are doing this business full-time. Regardless, the point I'm getting at is most people, okay, do check their email. And if they're not at a computer, they're getting it on their phone. Now, I'm going to tell you, folks, there's something big happening. And I guess about a month or two. Well, yeah, sometime before Christmas. My mentor, my good friend, my buddy, my brother, Vic Stryzus, is going to be doing something pretty big. I'll just leave it at that. And part of what he's doing big is going to give me something I've been looking for a while. I mean, I could have went out and got this thing, but I was smart. I listened to my mentor, and I decided to wait. And this part of this thing I'm going to have is going to give me the ability to send you guys texts. Because one thing I do know, I know that many times people don't check their email, or it might go to their spam folder, or maybe some of you just can't check your email. But people love getting texts. I'm not sure why. Even me, I don't like the text. I really don't. I just think it's a time-consuming to be punching in the buttons, texting. Even though I can talk into my phone, I really don't like the text. But I like getting texts. I like getting short texts, letting me know what's going on. So here's a point. Sent you guys an email. I gave you an invitation. And remember, folks, everybody watching out there on the internet, just talking to my team here. Sent you guys an email, and I know it came a little bit later on this afternoon, but I don't think things really would have changed if I sent it to you a couple of days ago. Sent you an email, offered you an opportunity to come on this Hangout, be part of the panel. Because, see, folks, those of you that are not familiar with Google Hangouts, I know many of you, are watching right now, maybe you're not. Besides me sitting here talking to you, I can also bring 9 other people on the Hangout. I think 10. Well, I know there can be 10 people on the Hangout. So I'm assuming, including myself, I would make number 10. And besides seeing my smiling face, you would see 10 other people or 9 other people at the bottom of your screen, and we could talk to each other. We could interact. We could share stories. We could talk about what we're doing. We could talk about how our weekend was. We can talk about how our business was. We can talk about life and just how pumped up and glad we are to be here to be able to live our lives. Now, I have a pretty big team. I'm not going to talk about the number. It's really irrelevant. But I have a pretty sizable team, and I would say probably 80% of my team, I feel pretty good about this because, the business we're in is network marketing, and we build teams, and people join teams every day, and people may stop being a team member, that they'll stop being active in their business, and therefore their account as a team member is inactive. But I have probably about 80% of my team is actually active, so I'm very happy about that. What I'm not happy about is, I sent out this email this afternoon, and I only had one person respond to me, said, yes, Miles, I'd like to be on the Hangout. So, and Jeff, I appreciate you, brother, if you're watching. I appreciate that. I know there's people out there that probably, and folks, listen, I'm a smart guy. I'm a realistic guy. I always look at both sides. I know there's some of you sitting right there saying, well, Miles, I didn't get the email. And if you didn't get it, I'm not sure why you didn't get it. Maybe it went to your spam folder. Or maybe you're saying, hey, Miles, I didn't get the email in time. Hey, brother, I would have been on the Hangout. Well, whatever. I'm not even talking to you folks because, again, I have a large team. I have a team where, there's no way I could fit all of you on the panel for the Hangout. But like I said, I was just looking for the first 10 people to get back to me. So anyway, Jeff got back to me and said, yeah, Miles, I'd like to be on. And I told Jeff, I said, listen, brother, hang tight. Unless I hear from some other people, I'll just have you on next week. It'll be just me and you. We'll talk about the business. We'll talk about your business. We'll share ideas. We'll share tips and strategies with people that want to change their lives. And I want to say it that way, folks, because, making money online, which is what I do, and which is what my team does, that's just the vehicle that's going to get us somewhere. Now, the question is, where do you want to go? I know there's many of you that want to make money online. You've been struggling. You've been struggling for years. I find this hard to believe. I'm just telling you because I applied some things that, I don't know, I guess it just kind of put me on the right path. So when I hear that people are struggling, they've been doing this for years, they haven't made their first dollar online, or they're part of a network marketing company and they haven't gotten their first sign up, or maybe they've gotten a few sign-ups and those team members are no longer inactive. I just have a hard time with that. I find that really hard to believe. I understand, but I find it really hard to believe. And that's why, that's part of my mission, to help people do what I'm doing. And also what members of my team are doing. Because there's plenty. Here's what's really, really kind of weird. The people on my team that are doing really well, they seem to want to remain incognito. I don't know what it is. I was able to get one gentleman on my Hangout a couple of weeks ago, Gerald Alford. If you're out there, Gerald, how you doing, brother? A very young guy. I think he's 24 years old or something. And Gerald's killing it, so he's doing well. But I'm talking about, some of my all-in members that are doing real well. I'm telling you guys, I have people on my team. I just talked to somebody this morning. I have people on my team that are earning, between $8,000 and $11,000 a month, and they're doing this on the side. The people I'm talking about, they're not doing this full time. They're doing this part time, and the reason why they're doing it is because they're doing certain things. They may not be on this Hangout live every week, but they never miss one of my Hangouts. They always go back, watch the recording, all right? And then most of them, they are on the Hangout, but they never chime in. They never post a comment. They just want to remain in the background. That's cool. All I care about, guys, is to see you folks making money and to see you folks going somewhere, which is what I said a few minutes ago. This business, folks, it's about going somewhere. Now, the question is, where do you want to go? Now, I know where I want to go. Okay, I've actually known where I wanted to go since I was a child. You can ask my best friend, Nikki, the kid I grew up with, this Italian kid I grew up with. We were talking about, and maybe we're a little weird. I don't know. I think you have to be a little weird to be an entrepreneur. I think that the norm is to work your butt off for 65 years, retire, maybe get the gold watch, 2 weeks vacation, begging your boss, hey boss, can I have the next 2 weeks off? Can I take a few days off? And then the boss looks at you, well, do you have anybody to cover for you? Working in a factory, working on an assembly line, working at a job that you hate. That's the norm, okay? But what I do is kind of weird. Being able to live your life the way you want, wake up whatever time you want to wake up, go to bed whenever you want to go to bed, set your own hours, take vacations when you want to, take a month-long vacation if you want to. Of course, when I take a month-long vacation, I bring my laptop with me because I'm just addicted. What can I say? But I must be the weird one. I don't know. I guess I'm the weird one. And I have plenty of weird people on my team doing the same thing. So where was I going, guys? Here's where I was going. So one person responded back, and I'm just like shaking my head. And I'm going to be very honest with you guys. See, this is real life. I don't know who else's list you're on. And you get these emails from people saying, join me, buy this, buy that, do this, come on my webinar, webinar Tuesday night, webinar Wednesday night, buy this product, push button product, oh, you can earn $1 million in 30 days. I don't know about those people. All I can speak for is myself. And folks, I'm a real guy. I'm a real flesh and blood guy. I work from my home. This is my home office, okay, where you see me sitting at each and every Monday night. And what's significant about that is, so I'm sitting at my desk, I'm checking my emails, I'm checking Facebook, and, like a person waiting for a phone call. I'm like looking at my email expecting people to get back to me. And no one did. I could check my email right now, and I won't do it right now, but, giving people an opportunity to come on the Hangout on my team and be heard, get their name out there, associate themselves with me. Maybe you don't want to be associated with me. I don't know, but, I'm going to tell you something. You people on my team, you have two ways to build your business. You need to build some credibility for yourself, or you need to align yourself with somebody that has already built credibility. And I've been blessed and fortunate. I don't take nothing for granted. I've been blessed and fortunate enough to be able to do that and build some credibility over this last 16 or 17 months. So I saw that I wasn't getting any emails. I'm going to be very honest with you folks. I actually got upset. I got a little upset. I'm like, what's with the team? Nobody's really responding. And I actually got a little bit depressed. Yeah, guys, I'm a real person. I got emotions, just like you, and that's why people that do decide to work with me, really decide to plug in, are having success, because I've been where you've been. Now, I may not have done in the past what you do for a living. I was not a nurse. I was not a construction worker. I was not a plumber. I was not a factory worker. I was not a doctor. I was not an attorney. But in spite of that, I've been where you've been. I was under the illusion that the American dream was over here. I was under that illusion, especially when I graduated from college. But then I learned some things, and I realized that the American dream is over here. So I made a decision for myself and my family to go that way. While all of the sheep, and they are sheep, folks, just telling you the truth. Maybe you don't want me calling you sheep, but I'm just telling you the truth. While all the sheep are going that way, to be slaughtered by society, by the economy, by negative people, by the media, by the news, negative news stories. I made a decision to take my life in this direction. And that's why I am where I am today. Those of you that don't know me, you're probably saying to yourself, so where are you, Miles? Are you sitting there bragging about something? Where are you? No, folks, I'm not sitting here bragging about everything. I'll tell you where I am. I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey towards the truth. Just like you, I got tired of being lied to. I got tired of being lied to by my college professors when I was in school. I got tired of being lied to by my bosses. I got tired of being lied to by the news, by the media, and anybody else that's going in this direction. And I found the truth. I found that I could find something to do that could give me what I'm really worth. And I could give my family what they're really worth. And not just my immediate family, I could build a legacy for my children and for my grandchildren and for my great-great-great-great-grandchildren. Well, they'll be looking 200-300 years from now, oh, my great-great-great-grandfather Miles built this business online, and what's cool is we're still benefiting from it. Thank you, Grandpa Miles. That's what it's about for me, folks. That's what it's about. It's about giving my family what they really need and what they deserve. And I'm doing that. And also being able to give other people the same shot. That's what keeps me going. Because I'm gonna tell you, like I said, I just got a little upset. I got depressed that I got this huge team, and I don't know if they're afraid to come on video, or they just don't care, or they're not plugged in. They're not plugged into their business. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to sit here right now and try to figure it out. Many of you, I will be having strategy sessions with you on Wednesdays. Who knows, I might add another day. I don't know. I guess I'll find out during the strategy session. Right now, I'm not going to take the time to find out because I'm keeping an eye on the clock over here. But so I was actually thinking about not even doing the hangout. I'm like, well, these people don't care. Why should I care? You know, they don't seem to respond. Why should I care? Now, many sponsors in their business would not come on here and be honest with you and share what I'm sharing with you. And here's why they wouldn't do it. They would be afraid of people that are looking at them, that are thinking about joining their opportunity, joining your team, joining their team. They'd be afraid of losing those people. They would think, well, those people might sit there and say, oh wow, nobody's plugged in. I don't know if I want to get involved in that. Well, I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm telling you what happened this afternoon. Just one day, folks. Just one incident. My team is very, very plugged in, and I have many team members that are doing quite well. I have a number of team members. Yes, a number of team members that are earning six figures. Six figures. One of the guys, he's doing this business part-time. Yeah, the others do it full-time. I'll admit that. But the gentleman that's he's in the Netherlands, and I should say his name, but he told me not to. I don't know. Maybe he's got a divorce. Maybe he's got an ex that I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to respect his privacy. Give me a second, folks. I want to turn on my office fan because it's getting hot in here, as it usually does. When I start talking, my office starts getting, it's air conditioned, folks, but my office starts getting really hot. So, I'm not here to complain. I almost didn't get that word out. Folks, I'm not here to complain. I'm just here to share with you how I was feeling this afternoon. You know, that's all I'm doing. Then I said to myself, and folks, when I get upset about something, I don't stay upset long. I do not stay upset long, and I do not believe in complaining. I learned that from my mentor, Vic Strizers. I learned a lot of things from Vic. I mean, you know what? If it wasn't for Vic, I would not be sitting here right now having an opportunity to do what I love. And I love doing this, folks. So I got over that real quick, and I got some notes here I'm actually looking at, folks, to keep me on track. And I said, you know what, Miles? You know, people are going to be people. People are busy. They're living their lives. People, you know, they're busier than they really think they are. And they also make their lives more complicated than it has to be. Because, and folks, yeah, you do that. Admit it. Because I used to do that. We're no different. I used to do that. So I said to myself, Miles, you know, whatever, maybe they didn't get the email, go forward. Do not cancel your Hangout, because you made a promise to yourself about 14 months ago, 15 months ago. I made a promise to myself. I learned this from my other mentor, David Wood. Hey, brother David, what's up, man? If you're watching, I owe you. I learned this from my mentor, David Wood. David said to me, he said, you know, he said, Miles, you should start doing something weekly, whether it's a webinar, a hangout, whatever, teleconference, phone call, whatever. Start doing something for your team weekly. And I said, well, David, what about people that don't have a team? You know, what should they do? And David said, well, when you get your first team member, first one person signs up for you, you have a team. And that's when you should start doing something weekly. I learned that from David. So me, being the smart, intelligent guy I am, I decided to take it a step further. I said to myself, and you know, I said this after the fact because I learned this after the fact. But knowing what I know now, the question is, when should you start sharing with your list? For those of you that don't understand network marketing, when I say list, I'm talking about a list of people, subscribers that have joined. You know, they're put inside a database basically, and they follow you. You know, they've opted into your website. Okay, so when should you start doing something weekly for your team? You know the best time to start, folks, is before you have a team. Don't wait for that one person to join your team and say, okay, now I can start doing something live, weekly. Start before you have a team. By doing that, I can guarantee, I can promise you, you will develop a team. It's like a catch-22, because when you do a Google Hangout, guys, this is simply a video that gets posted to YouTube. It's really, what is a Google Hangout? It's really a long, very long in my case, YouTube video. So you put the video out there in cyberspace and people are listening. You're sharing with your imaginary team, sharing value with your imaginary team. And by doing that, people will be attracted to you. Not your opportunity, not your product, not your widget. They'll be attracted to you. And once they're attracted to you, they want to know a little more about you. Like, what do you do? What do you have to offer? What are you involved with? And you'll say, oh, by the way, I'm involved in this opportunity, this, which is not really an opportunity. I'm involved in this movement. Okay, it's a movement, and the company's name is Empower Network. And basically, what we do, we empower people to change their lives. That's it. We empower people to change their lives. That's all we do. That's all we do. Well, we also build leaders, but that's the main thing we do. How do we do that? Well, we got to have a vehicle. We use a vehicle to help people empower their life. What is the vehicle? Well, I'll be honest with you guys. The vehicle could be changing tires. The vehicle could be pulling teeth. The vehicle could be performing surgeries. But we don't do none of that. The vehicle we use is making money online. We sell products. And we teach other people how to do what we do. So that's our vehicle. That's how we make our living. We sell products online, and we recruit people to our team and teach them how to do the same thing. So that's what we do, folks. So again, when should you start doing something, creating videos, doing Hangouts? For all you network marketers out there, I don't care what company you're in. You could be an XYZ company. Do it before you have a team. And then before you know it, you will have a team. So folks, here's what I want to do. I decided that, you know what? Going forward, okay, I have to keep in mind, people are busy. It seems like everybody's busier than me. Although, I'm always working in my business, but people are busier than me. I see you folks. Now, folks, don't get me wrong here. Do not get me wrong. I'm not telling you to become a hermit and stop living your life. But I've said this many times. Many times I've said this. Let me say it this way. I'm going to try to put it in layman's terms. If I got arrested, and I never have been arrested, guys. I was always a good child. I was a good kid growing up. Never been in trouble. But if I got arrested and I had to go to jail for 90 days, or let me say it this way. If somebody said to me, Miles, I'm going to teach you how to make $5,000 to $10,000 online. And you know what, brother? You can do it in 90 days. But there's a catch, Miles. You have to go to jail for 90 days. Yeah. You won't be able to see your family. You won't be able to watch your favorite TV show. By the way, folks, I don't watch TV. All the recreational things you do with your life, you're not going to be able to do those things for 90 days. Got to give it up. You'll be in jail with your laptop, and I'm going to show you how you can get there. Or maybe you want to get the $20,000. Whatever you want to do, that's up to you. But if you plug in and you do what I recommend, I can get you there in 90 days. If it was me, folks, I'd be like, okay, here you go. Handcuff me. Take me off to jail. I'm ready to go. If what you're sharing with me is going to help me turn my life around completely, change my life, change my family's life, and leave a legacy for my children. And you're telling me I only need to do this for 90 days? Consistently. Consistent, not missing a day, not oh, I don't feel like doing it today, I'm going to the beach. Yeah, I would do it. I would do it. But what's cool about the opportunity you guys have here, you don't have to go to jail. You don't have to give everything up. But you do need to be consistent. You do need to be consistent for 90 days. And why am I saying 90 days? Well, you know what? We go by statistics, folks. We go by results. We go by facts. And I've seen this over and over and over again. Not just people on my team, people on other teams at Empower Network. Once the person decided to dedicate themselves for 90 days consistently, and it doesn't matter if you've just started, with the company, or you've been at this for a year. Ask Paul Gardner. Ask my brother Paul Gardner. Paul Gardner was in Empower Network for like over a year, not getting any results. He changed some things. He decided to listen and plug into the system. And he started doing certain things for 90 days consistently. Boom. Paul has over 90 new signups in 1 month. So you're going to tell me I'm going to say mine, but our as a team, you're going to tell me our 90-day plan doesn't work? It does work, folks. It does work. What doesn't work is you. Because you have decided, and it is a decision. You've decided that you are so busy. You're here, you're there. And I'm not talking about your job. Excluding your job, because I know many of you work. You've decided that you're just too busy to plug in every day. You've decided that you're too busy to be on these Hangouts every Monday live, not watching a recording. You've decided that you're too busy. And I'm not talking to you folks who are working right now. I'm not talking to you folks who are sleeping right now. I'm talking to the rest of you. Now, here's what we're going to do, folks. I made a decision this afternoon. I got a little upset, got a little depressed. And once my mind was clear, because I never like to make decisions when I'm upset. I like to wait till I calm down and my mind is clear. I suggest you do the same thing. I decided that we're going to go forward because I made a commitment that I don't care if there's one person on my Hangout, one person watching me out there. I'm still going to have these Hangouts each and every week. And what else did I do? You tell me. I also made a decision, if there's nobody watching live, I'm still going to have these Hangouts for a lot of reasons. I know many of you are working or sleeping. So these recordings are for you guys. And I know there's many people out there that are struggling, that could use my help, could use what I have in this noggin up here. I know there's many of you that are on the verge of divorce. I know there's many of you that are on the verge of losing your car to repossession. I know there's many of you that are probably going to get laid off right before Christmas. And yeah, Christmas is coming up. I know there's many of you that your house is in foreclosure, or it's going in foreclosure. You could use my help. I've been there. I'm here for you folks, whether you're on my team or not. That's it, period. So with that said, we're going to go forward. And I'm going to structure my Hangouts a little bit differently. A little differently. And I'm always trying to, folks, this is a journey. I'm always trying to get better. I'm always trying to think of new ideas how I can help you folks. Now, what I plan on doing, and I mentioned this before, I'm sure many of you remember, I'm going to be inviting guests on my Hangouts to share their story, to share what they're doing, to also share what strategies and tactics they're using to build their business, how they built their business, so you can get a different perspective. And then every 3 or 4 weeks, I'm going to do a Hangout where it's just me. And I'm telling you right now, if I do a Hangout, and if it's just me, this Hangout is not just going to be for my team. And here's why. Here's why, folks. It doesn't need to be. Because, many of you on my team, you're in the same position as the people that are not on my team. What do I mean by that? Well, the people that are not on my team, most of them are struggling. Probably haven't made their first dollar online. That's many of you, even though you have the tools right in front of you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try my best to make my Hangouts, if it's just me, folks, very, very instructional, teaching you what to do from scratch. That's how I'm going to treat it, because, folks, what am I looking to do? I'm going to be very honest with you. Those of you on my team right now, I appreciate you. I feel blessed that you decided to work with me, but I'm looking to continue building my team, building my business. I'm looking to continue attracting people to me and to my opportunity and to my products and services. So I'm going to gear my Hangouts that way to attract people. And I suggest that you gear your Hangouts and your videos the very same way. For example, I got some notes here somewhere. For example, and before I go to my for example, I want to see who is actually on the Hangout. Cool, good number. You know, folks, I remember, I used to watch my brother Vic Stryzus when he was doing his Hangouts and his Google Hangouts, and he would always talk about. He would say, "Guys, leave some comments. Leave a comment so I don't feel like I'm here by himself." Brother Vic, man, I know what you mean, because, folks, when you're sitting in the seat that I'm sitting in, guys, again, you guys are afraid to make videos, whatever. Listen, you're just sitting in a room all by yourself. It's just nice to have interaction with people. That's why I wanted you guys actually on the Hangout. It's just nice to have the interaction. Guys, we're human. We're human. There's red blood flowing through my veins, just like you. It just feels nice to be appreciated. It feels nice to know that there's people on here. But you know what? I don't want to get it twisted. I know that there's people all around the world who are watching me. I know there's a girl in Poland that wants to join my team. I know there's a guy in Germany who's watching me, and maybe he can't understand every word I'm saying, but he's talking to his friends. He's like, this guy, Miles Seegers, he's pretty cool. There's people in South America. All of my Latino brothers and sisters in South America, and yes, I have Dominican blood going through my veins. So I am part Latino. For many of you that didn't know that, you should have known that by now. I have family in the Dominican Republic, who I really need to visit. And this is what it's about, folks. I never thought I would have this opportunity. I would have a job. Scratch that. This is not a job. A business where I could connect with people all over the world, and I'm just totally blessed. Sometimes I gotta pinch myself. I just feel like I'm dreaming. It's not all about the money, folks. I mean, whether I'm making $30,000 or $40,000 a month and some change, that's cool, but that's not really what it's all about. And when you folks get there, and you will, as long as you remain plugged in, you'll see what I mean. You'll be like, I would have never believed it. Miles says it's not all about the money. He was right, because I know what he's feeling. Yeah, I'm making $25,000 or $30,000 a month, but Miles was right. Even though I'm now making that type of money, what really gets my blood pumping is being able to connect with people around the world, change lives, help change lives. That's what it's really about. So, folks, going forward, that's how I'm gonna structure my Hangouts. Yes, we'll also have inspirational and motivational, pump you up type of things. But again, I'm going to be bringing people on from different teams. I have a lot of friends in Empower Network, and I'm going to be bringing people on my Hangout that are not part of Empower Network. People from other businesses, whether it's real estate or whether it's some other network marketing company. Folks, why am I doing this? Because I want to be different. I want to be different. I don't want to be the same as everybody else. I want to be different because I know something, folks, and I also learned this from Frank Kern. Frank, how you doing, brother? Frank taught me to be different. That's how people will be attracted. You know, even if you're different in a bad way, people will be attracted to you. You know, the bad people will be attracted to you. So if you're different in a good way, positive, good people will be attracted to you. Because, folks, you know, those of you that are worried about, you know, getting your first sign up or whatever, there are literally millions and millions of people out there that could use your help. Number one, they probably don't know who you are. Number two, they don't understand or believe that you could help them. That's your job. That's your job as a marketer, to let them know, hey, I'm over here. I can help you. I can help you earn $500 extra a month to pay off a couple of bills. I can help you earn $1,000 per month part-time, extra money, spending money. You want to blow it, whatever. I can help you earn $3,000 a month. I can help you earn $5,000 per month. I can help you earn $10,000 per month. Income disclaimer. The people that I've helped do, and I have helped people do that. They're on my team. These people are not typical. They're not. They decided to plug in for 90-day blocks, 90-day period. They decided to plug in, give up the bullshit that's going on in their lives, and change their life. They made a decision. They decided to plug in even on days where they don't feel like it. Like, I don't feel like working on my business today. I'm tired. Been working all day. I'm tired. Don't feel like it. Oh, it's Saturday, it's Sunday. I need to take a break. I'm going to the beach. I don't feel like plugging in my business today. These people decided to put that aside for 90 days and plug in. Folks, 90 days compared to the rest of your life, 90 days, the rest of your life. If you can't see where I'm going here, folks, you need to go watch TV. Just get off the Hangout. Go take a shower. Go to bed. Get ready to go to work the next morning. That's how I see it. So with that said, guys, if I joined, let me get away from that, because this is not all about joining something. If I personally, this is just me. Maybe you don't want to do what I've done or what I would do if I had a day job, which I no longer have. I'm tired of it. I want to make some extra money for my family. I'm going to keep my job for now. I want to start a business. I want to start a home business part-time. But eventually, I want that home business income to replace my day job income. This is hypothetical, folks, because that's all behind me. I haven't had a day job in probably 5 or 6 or 7, 8 years. I don't know. About 7 or 8 years, I guess. But if I wanted to start a home business, what would I do? Now, many of you are going to resonate with me. I'm hoping all of you resonate with me. So I'm going to tell you, knowing what I know now, and I have learned some things over the last, I guess, going on 18 months now. What would I do? Would I start delivering newspapers at 4 o'clock in the morning? Would I get a part-time job at Walmart? Would I go on the internet looking for some biz op, some opportunity? Would I go to ClickBank and start selling products? I probably wouldn't do none of that because you know, I know the average person is not very familiar with making money online. But I'm going to tell you, what would I do? What would I do? Knowing what I learned years back, what would I do? I would start a home business. That's what I would. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 hours a day, a couple hours on the weekend. I would start a home business. Now, besides the reasons I'm going to go over, there are practical reasons. There's there's tax consequences. You know, our country, which I absolutely love, the United States, the best country in the entire world, you know, provides owners, entrepreneurs, business owners with tax benefits of having a business. Folks, I write everything off. I do. And my accountant says I'm allowed to do that. You know, I write off all of my supplies, my cell phone, my laptop, my products, courses. I write everything off because I have a real business. I can show you folks how to do that. Okay, so now, okay, so I got the bright idea. I want to start a home business. Now, that's the idea. That's the concept. So what am I going to do in this business? What would I do? Well, here's what I would do. Now, maybe I'm being a little bit partial. Maybe some of you want to open a, I don't know, you want to open a gym, or you want to get a hot dog stand. I don't know, but I'm saying what I would do and what I recommend is to start an online home business. Why? Why? Guys, it's not about being partial. And it's not just because, oh, that's because what Miles likes to do. No, listen, guys. You show me. I'll put my business up against your business any day of the week. You show me a business that stays open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, including Christmas. What is significant about Christmas? Guys, before I say this, huge income disclaimer. The gentleman I'm going to talk about is not typical because he made a decision not to be typical. His results are not typical. But you know what, folks? If you plug in and you apply yourself and you do what he did, not what you think he did, but what he did to the letter, you can do the same thing. Vic Streiser is my mentor. Do you know that Vic earned online, he's an online business just like me. Vic earned online on Christmas Day, and I know people say that people don't buy stuff on Christmas Day. People are not shopping on the internet on Christmas Day. Do you know that Vic Streiser's earned over $70,000? No, that wasn't a typo. Vic earned $70,000 on Christmas Day because Vic decided over 9 years ago, not to be typical. So, in my humble opinion, one of the best ways to earn a part-time living, a full-time living, is to start an online business. Let's just get right down to it. Start an online business. And guys, many of you already know that. That's why you're here. You're way ahead of me, okay? You want to start an online business, and you want it to replace your current income. Maybe you want to set something up for your retirement. Maybe you're a few years away from retirement, and you're like, man, what am I going to do when I retire? Yeah, I'm getting a nice pension, but what am I going to do when I retire? Or maybe many of you are not even getting a pension. You know, it's a shame. I admit, you know, I have. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but you know, I won't say the name of the store. There's a store I really don't like going in. I've been in there a few times, and I see elderly people working at the cash register. You know, could be my grandfather, my grandmother, and they're working at the checkout, and they're working there because, you know, their disability or their retirement, their Social Security cannot pay for the life they used to live when they were working, and they're doing this part-time job. Or you see the elderly people working at Burger King, or you see the elderly people, you know, working at the toll booth. I see this stuff, and it just turns my stomach. And yes, many of them want to be doing that. You know, it's better than sitting around growing old and then dying. Yeah, I'm going to say it just like that because this is reality. They have a part-time, and it's great that they have a, but folks, I can tell you, most of them, probably 99.9% would rather be doing something else. You know, and instead of being, you know, working at this toll booth at 2, 4 o'clock in the morning, wouldn't it be nice if your grandmother or your grandfather was sitting in the comfort of their home, safe, and they're able to just work at their computer and make money. I don't know about you, but that's cool. I think that's cool. So, if I was just getting started today, looking for an opportunity, what would I do? I'm going to go over a couple of things, folks, and then we're going to elaborate on these things, on my next Hangout. Also on the webinars I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing Internet Marketing 101 series webinars. Yes, I will be doing that because I want to expand my business. I need to do that. I want to be able to touch more people because, folks, if you could see my Facebook inbox, my Facebook, of course you can see my Facebook wall, but I'm talking about my inbox, where people are contacting me every day from all over the world, South Africa, New Zealand, asking me questions about my business, wanting to work with me, wanting to get started, telling me they don't have money but they want to get started. And that's cool, because you know what, folks? I'm going to be picking certain people out that do contact me, and they show me that they're really determined, and I'm going to pull a few people aside, even those that don't have any money, and I'm going to help them with their business. Folks, it's about giving back. It's one thing to make $10,000 a month. Or 50. I got friends making $100,000 a month. Yeah, these people aren't typical, but I don't know what they're doing in their business. I don't know what they do besides the internet marketing thing. I just hope they're giving back. I hope that if they go to church, I hope they're donating to their church or their favorite charity. I just hope they're helping other people because just my feelings. I think that's what God put us here for. To number one, prosper, and also to be able to help other people do the same thing. I really believe that. So if I was starting today, folks, what would I do? And I am checking my notes here. And of course I went over, what can I say, folks? What would I do? The number one thing I would do, folks, is get a website. Get a website. Now, what would most gurus, trainers tell you to do or suggest you do? They would have you purchase this complicated website, and guys, websites can range from $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for a website. Yeah, $2,000, $3,000 for a website. They'd have you go out and get a website. You would have to hire a designer, programmer, all this fancy stuff, which most people would be lost. And that's why most people don't get started because, they've been fed this BS that it's so complicated and it's so difficult to do. I just gave you one step that you can make totally complicated. I'm telling you, step one, knowing what I know now, I would get a website. Why? That website is my store. That's it. End of story. Period. We get in the Hangout right now. That website is my store. Okay, so I'm gonna compare me to a regular mom and pop store owner. Guy has a pizza shop. That brick and mortar building, that's his business. That's his store. My store is online. It's my website. It's my website. You guys can go and do the same thing. For example, by becoming part of the business I'm part of, by becoming part of the company I'm part of, Empower Network, we provide you with a store. A store. What is your store? And folks, I'm gonna really give you some behind the scenes stuff. Those of you that are not in Empower Network, those of you that are in Empower Network, many of you don't even know what you have. You think you do, but you really don't understand it. That's why I'm here. Your blog is your website. A website is simply, a blog is simply a website. It's a type of website. You don't need a fancy website, folks. A blog will do. We can provide you with a website for just $25. Yeah, $25 for a web. And yes, we'll maintain it. We'll host it on our domain. Okay, we'll teach you how to use it. I'll teach you how to use it. $25. And then, of course, you can also become an affiliate. We'll talk about that some other time. It's not important right now. So you get your website. Even if you don't want to use our website, get your own website. Build a WordPress website. Go, I'm going to be careful here because I know a lot of you guys are not technical out there. Folks, just get a bare bones website. If you don't know what to do, you don't know the first thing about getting a website, then join Empower Network. Join my team. You'll have a website. That's your store. You understand, folks? That's your store. Now, the problem is that I see most people get a store online, which is a website, but nobody can get in. Or there's people, this is cool, guys. You see how I love this business. There's people going in and out of your store all day. You have no clue who they are. They could be ripping you off. They're just walking in and out of your store whenever they feel like. Folks, you don't want to do that. Your store needs to have a door. A door. Yeah. Just like a brick and mortar. My buddy over here with a pizza shop. Do you think he would have that pizza shop without a door? And people just can come in, even when they're closed, people can get in there and steal pizzas, So you need a door. What is the door? Folks, the door is called a landing page or a squeeze page, which we used to call it. A landing page. It's just an entryway to your website. So if someone wants to go to your website, which we want everybody to go to our website. Come on. We want everybody to go to our website. But before they go, there's a gatekeeper. That's your door. Before they can go into your website, they need to give you something. A bit of information, not a lot, not their life story. They need to give you their email address. In some cases, they need to give you their email address, their name, and their phone number. But I recommend, especially starting off, that all you ask for is the email address. This way, you can follow up with these people. So what do we talk about? Let's take it back for a second. Folks, you only need two things to start building your home business. Folks, it's not that complicated. Folks, I have some good friends that are not exactly that sharp. I'm not going to mention any names, but they're crushing it online. So you don't need to be a brain surgeon here. You need two things. A website, which is your store, and you need a front door for that store, which is your landing page. Checking my notes here. And then what's the next thing I would do, folks? As people started coming to my store, and we'll track you how to get people to your store. I would start communicating with these people because, folks, you tell me, folks, how many times do you go into a store to browse and you don't buy anything? You don't buy nothing. Now, in the old days, these store owners, they basically lost that customer unless that customer decided to come back in. But what people are doing now, guys, every time you purchase something, what are the stores doing now? Stores have gotten smart. They always ask for your email address so they can follow up with you. Because listen, you already bought something. They know you're going to buy something else, and they're going to remind you to buy something else. So, they can follow up with you. They're not going to let you go without getting that email address in some way, folks. So, as you're building up these people that are coming down, you got it easy. Because remember, they have to put their email address in to get in your store. So what are you going to do? Because these people are browsing. They might buy something right away. But come on, folks. Most people are browsing. So what are you going to do? Now that you've captured their email address, you're going to email these people. Folks, that's what we do. As my brother Michelangelo would say, we collect email. Folks, what do I do for a living? You want to know what? My business is comprised of many things. But one of the main things I do, I sit here and I collect email addresses. That's it. Just like Groupon. I collect email addresses. And then I email those people, just to say hello. How you doing? How's your day going? And I share with them what I'm doing. Because, folks, I know that my list, guys, this is common sense stuff. My list opted in. Opted in means they subscribed. My list, my subscribers came into my store for a reason. They were looking for something. Maybe initially they didn't find what they were looking for. But I'm going to make sure, I'm going to let them know, hey, you came in my store, you didn't buy anything, you didn't get that dress, you didn't get that new suit, but you know what? I have what you're looking for, and I can help you. Just like I'm doing this Hangout. This Hangout's going to go to my list. I decided not to invite my list tonight because I had some personal things I wanted to share with my team, but now that I think about it, you know what? It's no biggie. I want people to know who I really am. I want people to know what's going to happen when you click that button over there and you join my team. By the way, folks, the button that's over there right now, okay, if you click on that button, what you're going to get a handbook. It's only $7, guys. That's not going to position you on my team. But by getting that handbook, it's going to teach you how you can start building a business. It's going to share with you exactly what we do here. And then if you want to become part of our opportunity, you want to become part of my team, don't worry, okay? Well, once you've gotten that little handbook for $7, guys, you'll be coded to me, okay? You'll be getting emails from me, you'll be getting emails from my company, and then you can plug in, with Empower Network. So let's go on. So again, I would email my list. By emailing my list, I can sell them products or services. I can give them, and you are giving, I can give them an opportunity to join my team. Why do I say it like that? Folks, many of you have this twisted. Many of you network marketers, you got it backwards. You're out there hustling, almost begging people to join your team. Folks, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do folks, if you are a part of Empower Network, what you have is gold. The tools, the products, everything that is offered with Empower Network, when you become a member of Empower Network, people want what you have. You got to understand that. You got it back. People want what you have. So you got to decide. Do you want to give these people an opportunity? Do you want to give them the opportunity that you have? So share with them. Let them know that you're going to give them an opportunity to work with you. So don't get it backwards, guys. That's how it really works. And then finally, guys, I wrote something down here. It doesn't make sense to me, folks. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. No, folks, so my pizza shop guy over here, he needs to market his store. Now, he's going to market it via flyers. If he's smart, okay, he'll put it on the internet. He'll hire me as a consultant, to market his business. He'll do a number of things, word of mouth. He's got the greatest pizza in town. Folks, your store, your website, you have to do the same thing. The day you create that website, the day you join my team, okay, and then the company provides you with the website, you need to tell everybody about it. You need to tell the entire world, my store is open. Now, I'm not talking about going to family and friends. In fact, I'm going to take it a step further than some people do. I recommend you don't do that. I recommend you don't tell your family. I'm not talking about your immediate family, your spouse, your children. I mean your extended family. Don't tell them what you do. Do not tell them what you do. Do not hit up old friends and say, hey, I'm doing this. Do not tell your coworkers what you're doing. Here's why. Because when you start making the money, they'll see a change in you. They'll see you coming in Monday morning to your job, your job, probably whistling, in a good mood. They'll be wondering, what's this guy up to? You know, what's Mary been doing? Seems like she's in a good mood these days, and she's dressing better. Your extended family will notice that you bought a new car, you're going on more vacations, and you know what? Your extended family and friends, they'll come to you. Folks, yes, they will, because that is exactly what happened to me. And not just me. People on my team, my other friends, my other network marketing friends. It happens every time without fail. People will come to you and they will say, Miles, John, Mary, what are you doing? What are you doing? They'll see you posting on Facebook. Maybe you're not even mentioning the name of the company. You really don't even need to. But they see you posting on Facebook, talking about this opportunity you got involved in, and you're pumped up, you're excited. You're talking about how it's going to change your life, and they want to know what you are doing, folks. I'm telling you, they will come to you. Wow. I didn't expect to go this long, folks. I mean, time just flies. You've heard this before, folks, and it is true. Time flies when you're having fun, folks. I wanted to share a couple of emails with you. I'm not going to have time to do that now. I'll do it on some other Hangout. What the heck? But I'm going to share something with you before we end the Hangout. Something I posted on my Facebook page. A lot of people saw it. Some people liked it. Again, guys, for many of you that don't understand Facebook, I'm going to tell you something. Most of your friends, you may post something really, really great, and a lot of people are not going to see it. That's just the way Facebook operates. I can tell you right now, most of your friends are not seeing what you post. Again, it's just the way that there's an algorithm that Facebook uses, and it's just the way Facebook operates. And by the way, folks, you can do certain things on Facebook to optimize that algorithm. That's another subject, so we'll talk about that some other time. But I'm going to share with people that are not connected with me on Facebook or never saw this. I'm going to share with you what I posted before. I think that'd be a great way to end the Hangout, and we'll kind of leave it at that. I had more stuff here I want to talk about. We can save that for another Hangout. So I'm going to check the comments before and I'm going to be reading right off the screen, guys. So if I'm not looking right at you, I apologize in advance. I'm going to be reading something to you that I think is pretty cool, and I've gotten some great feedback and comments for. So let's do this. Let's do this. All right, guys. So what we're going to do here. By the way, folks, can I just share something with you? Just kind of a segue. It's like if I say this again, you're gonna think my head's gonna explode. I'm really, really excited, guys. I'm extremely excited because I can't say too much about it. Some of you know what I'm talking about. There's something big that's happening this week. I've been waiting for this. Seems like forever. I know it takes a while for certain things to happen because there's a lot that goes on in the background that a lot of people don't see. So I'm very excited about something that's going to happen, something that's going to roll out, this week. I'll leave it at that. I'm also very excited because I'm going to be talking to my personal mentor this week. We talk quite often. We text quite a bit, but I'm going to be on the horn, going to be on the phone with him this week. And I'm very excited because in a few more months, something that I believe, you know what, folks? It's not that I believe it, I know. Knowing is different. There's something coming in a few months, probably right before Christmas, that I know is going to change the entire world. Yes. It's going to change the world, the way we do business. The way we do business online, and also Now this is really cool. How people are doing business offline. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I'm going to keep you hanging. You want to know what it is? Be on these Hangouts each and every week. I'm not saying you're going to find out tomorrow, but you'll find out. Just be on these Hangouts. All right, so let me read this to you guys. It's not that long, really. I'm gonna read this. Timing is perfect because we have the Empower Hour call at 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna make sure that my team members and everybody else at the Empower Network is on that call. So the timing is perfect. So here's what I posted on Facebook, guys, and don't do this now, okay? But I'm gonna read it to you, and some of you probably already saw it. But for those of you that haven't seen it, you can go to my Facebook wall. Okay, go to my. If you're not friends with me, whatever, let's become friends. Go to my Facebook wall, and you'll be able to see what I posted. But right now, I'm going to read it because you know what? By reading it, by really expressing it, trust me. Excuse me. It's a little different from just reading it. So, man, my throat is dry. You know what, folks? I don't drink enough water doing these hangouts. I talk so much, so I really need to be doing that. So, excuse me a second. Oh man, it's crazy. My throat is so dry. My lips are chapped. It's just crazy. Why am I drinking out of a glass and a bottle? I prefer the glass. The bottle happened to be closer at the time. All right, so here's what I posted. I posted. Let me put my reading glasses on. I posted, not trying to say I'm better than anyone out there. I too used to face the same challenges most of you are facing right now until I started seeing myself as the one. Now, if those of you don't know what I mean by the one, we can talk about that. Because, folks, let me tell you something. You folks, it's not the next person. It's not that woman over there. It's not that. It's you are the one. God placed you on this earth for a reason. You are the one. So let me go on. And I started taking responsibility for my own future, not leaving it in the government's hands or my boss's hands. I started taking responsibility for my own future. So now I'm going to share this with you. 3 questions. Have you ever bought something off the internet that you thought would make you money online and you ended up making $0? Question number 2. Have you ever went to an event, seminar, live program, convinced that this is the one? I've been looking so long, but sweetheart, I'm telling you, I know I've spent $20,000 on that other stuff, but this is the one. This is gonna work. I know it. This is the one. So I can ask you again. Have you ever went to an event, seminar, live program, convinced that this is the one, the elusive training that's going to change your life? Question number 3. Are you one of those people that have tried and failed to make money online, and now, see, because now you're convinced, and now you think that everything online is a scam? In fact, you probably think that what I've been talking about for the last almost hour and a half, almost 90 minutes, is a bunch of BS. Some of you might think that, but I promise you, it's not. So, if you answered yes to any of those questions, open up your mind. And I have Reed here, but I'll say it this way, and listen very carefully. You're going to find out exactly why you've been failing or never even tried because you think it just can't be done. And then there's nothing to buy, just free knowledge from my head. Folks, I've been speaking for almost 90 minutes. I could charge for this information, but you're getting it for free. And I'm going to be giving you, folks, you know what? I don't care if you join my team or not. I don't care if you join Empower Network or not. What I want is for you to come back to me in a couple of weeks, 30 days, whatever, say, hey, Miles, you know those tips that you gave me? Brother, I implemented those. I did go out and get a little website, and you know what? I made $50 the other day. I I made 75. I sold this little product. I made my first. That's what I want. So let me continue. Let me continue here. So where am I? Okay. So then I have. Have you ever bought or joined a program that promised to help you earn money online in the comfort of your home? If so, this post is for you. Now, if it offends you, then maybe you're just not cut out for your own home business. And by the way, guys, if anything I shared with you on this Hangout offends you or you didn't like what I had to say, then you're probably not cut out to have your own home business. And I'm going to be very honest with you guys, not everybody is cut out to do this. I believe everybody is, but that's just my belief. The fact of the matter is, some people are better doing a job. Why am I sharing this with you? Because I'm sick and tired of the finger pointing, the blaming, and complaining that I hear from people who haven't seen the success they desire, regardless of what it is. Could be earning money, losing weight, whatever. Okay, so here goes. And then I put the little note here, viewer discretion, with a little smiley face. So here's the rest of what I posted, guys, and I'm just going to read it right on down the line. I'm going to read it right on down the line. Folks, there is no product, course, training, or webinar, system, guru, coaching program, pill, magic bullet, or anything that will make you successful. Anything in life that's worthwhile requires hard work. Sorry, there's just no other way around this. Even many things I teach myself and the gurus also teach. Let me back that up. Even though many things I teach myself and the gurus also teach are simple when you get right down to it, that doesn't mean they're easy. I worked, and I got folks. I know a lot of people, see a lot of people cursing online or whatever, and that's just not me. Okay, what can I say? That's just not how my parents brought me up. I really don't believe in cursing on Facebook and using curse words. But for now, I'll say a little curse word just so I can continue reading this. Okay, so what I posted is, I worked my ass off for everything I've gotten in life, and that's the truth. Do you want success? I mean, do you really want it? Really, folks, do you really want it? Okay, then. You have to hustle. You have to be persistent. You have to be relentless. And you better stop complaining and blaming. You have to confront the inevitable obstacles that will appear. And folks, they will appear. You know, as you're building your business, you're going to run into obstacles. It's just, there's no other way around it. You have to get over your fears and take massive action. You have to stop buying stuff if you already own 18 other courses on your shelf that haven't done a darn thing. You haven't done a darn thing with. You should stop saying it doesn't work, because the most probable reality is you didn't work it. You should never buy a course if your mindset is, well, if I don't get results, I'll just return it. Why? Because this is a recipe for failure, and I know many of you have done that. There are people that have joined my team and actually canceled their subscription and got a refund. That's all I'll say about that. Your mindset, this, folks, up here, your mindset and your belief in yourself is the key. I know you've heard this before, but I really don't think many of you believe it. Many of you are just too blind to see that. Only you can determine your success. It doesn't matter what anybody else has told you that you can or cannot do. Because I've been told that I couldn't do many things. I proved them wrong. Because I'm here to tell you, you can do anything you set your mind to when you approach it with the right attitude. Attitude, folks, that's major. And then I have a little PS. I'll be sharing more of this real-life information with you. Stay tuned. Then I put a little note. This is good stuff. Maybe I should start blogging. And you know what, folks? It is good stuff. I don't blog as much as I should because I've been making the excuse that I don't have time. I do have time, folks, and I am going to start blogging because I have a lot to say. I mean, I'm sure my blog would go viral. I have a lot to share with my list, my followers. I love doing videos. I can embed them on my blog, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. So that's all I have for tonight, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed the Hangout as much as I did. Again, folks, I'm going to, in spite of what happens around me, I'm going to go on. Because, you know, my journey of success, my business, it's only just begun. I was going to show you guys my back office. I do that sometime, my Empower Network back office, and how much I'm earning per month. I'll tell you right now, I think I said this already, and this is across the board in every industry. Of course, 100% of my team is not active. You know, those numbers show what I've earned since day one. And I would say probably 75 to 80%, I think, of my team is active. That's pretty good. So I'm not going to show you guys. I don't have time, and I'm just not going to show you. Most of you guys know what I make per month anyway. So I was going to show you a number, and then I was going to say, all right, folks, take 75. We'll go on the low end. Take 75% of that number, and that's what I earn residual, meaning that I don't have to recruit, I don't have to sell. My team members, you know, pass up sales to me. That's what happens in network marketing, and that's what I earn on a monthly basis, whether I get out of bed or not, whether I produce or not. And I was going to show you that for demonstration purposes, to show you guys that you folks can do the same thing. Whether you have 1 team member, 5 team members, 10 team members, you know, these people will be paying you. You know, the money doesn't go to the company. That's what I love about Empower Network. They're paying you residual income on top of what you're producing yourself. But again, we'll save that. We'll save that for another time. But once again, guys, as I started to say, in spite of what's going on around me, in spite of what's going on in the world, in spite of what's going on in the news, in spite of what's going on in Ferguson, Missouri, in spite of what's going on in, I don't really watch the news. What's the other country? I know there's somebody being bombed or something, you know, and there's nothing we can do about it, you know. Let your government handle that. In spite of what's going on, folks, I am going to go on, and I am going to do my best every single day to continue helping people, average, ordinary people, just like me. I'm just a regular guy. It doesn't matter how much I make per month. I'm just a regular guy. I'm going to go on helping people change their lives. And with that said, guys, yeah, I'm Miles Seegers. I'll see you folks next week. Take care.